Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. Those of you who are MGTOWs or the old term confirmed bachelors will know that if you don't get into a relationship and you don't date women, that all the money that you have in your job or if you're in a profession, your career, is going into your bank account and you don't have to share it with anyone. I did an article, a video about this spending habits with guys a while ago, so I thought I'd revisit it as we're now in the new financial year. So looking around, I found, not email of course, this. It's a site called JitNooks. As you can see, it's the most surprising male versus female spending statistics and trends in 2023. Now this article sort of is a female slanted article. There's one or two things that just doesn't tally with my mindset and logical way of thinking. This was written on the 13th of April, which was, when was that? Last Wednesday. No, sorry, my mistake. Last Thursday. Now it says, when it comes to spending, men and women have different habits. Women drive 70-80% of consumer spending, while men control the remaining 20-30%. But if you're a single guy, you control 100%. So that could be a indication of the ratio of married people to single people in America. Now it says men are more likely to make impulse purchases than women. On average, women spend 397 minutes per week shopping compared to 263 minutes for men. I can believe that. I just like to go in, get the stuff and out. I don't want to hang around a shop. And then it just repeats what it said. And it says male versus spending habits statistics overview. Now the bit that interests me was this. Women can account for 53% of credit card debt, with American men spending up the remaining 47%. So women are spending the credit cards more than guys in America. Now, this bit is dubious. 58% of women are savers compared to only 36% of men, leading to higher overall spending by men. The statistic is indicative of a large trend in male and female spending habits, with women being more likely to save their money and men more likely to spend it. Bear that sentence in mind. This difference in spending habits can have a significant impact on the overall financial health of both genders, with men potentially spending more than they can afford and women having more money saved for the future. Now, he goes on the rest of the various statistics of spending in America. Women spend more than 47% online shopping than men. And in conclusion, it says women tend to come out ahead. Now, going back to that, I found this, Directions Credit Union, wherever that is in America. How men and women manage money differently. Now, this was done on January 19th, 2023. Personal finances. And yearly spending habits, more or less a repeat of the article. Now this bit is interesting. Student loan debt, according to the American Association of University of Women. Funny that American women need their own association if they go to university. Deeper in debt, women have approximately 55% of total student debt, and owe approximately 16% more than men at graduation. Well, as more American men are going into trade schools and colleges in America because of the toxic atmosphere for single guys, yes, you can understand that. On average, men owe $18,818 student debt, while women owe $31,276 in debt. Now, if you drop back, where does that count for this? If women saving more than men, if they're up to their ears in debt. Additionally, the report found that student debt is contributing to why some women can't afford their basic living expenses after graduating from college. probably with a useless alphabet community degree or some other useless thing that they can't get a job on. An average of $31,276 in student debt leaves women with a loan payment of $307 the year after graduation. The report, 1 year after college, women spend an average $920 per month on housing, $396 per month on a car loan, and 16% of women who are moms, in other words, they got knocked up by Chad and his brother Tyrone, $570 on childcare. The report finds adding that $307 student loan payments make it difficult, if not downright impossible, to make ends meet. So once again, we drop back to this. How did it come out? 58% of women are savers compared to only 36% of men. Drop into the next thing, retirement savings. United States Census Bureau found that women are more likely than men to have no retirement savings. Where does this come in? About 50% of women ages 55 to 66 have no personal retirement savings compared to 47% of men. The women are relying on the husbands. That's why when you divorce the husbands, they get tired of him, they try and get the house, half his savings and half his pension. The TIAA Institute, whatever that is, published by CNBC, found men contributed a median $8,271 of their workplace retirement plan in 2020 compared to $5,994 for women. In other words, guys are putting more in their workplace pension retirement than women were. Women were simply blowing it, spending money on credit cards and clothes and makeup and all the rest of the stuff to see if they can get a guy. And then it goes on. Additionally, they have found women are more likely to tap into their Social Security early and have career breaks due to caregiving, which affects both income and savings. Well, I looked after mum and dad for 8 years. The carers allowance here in Britain was £68, which works out about 38 pence per hour. But I was able to save it because I've always been a saver. I got a national insurance stamp which contributed to my state pension, so there you go. Investopedia weighed on a woman's Social Security earnings last year reported that the Brookings Institute found that having a child reduces a woman's Social Security payout by 16%, and taking time off to care for elderly relative can cut a lifetime earnings of $131,000. And then it says, retirement study found that women caregivers under 50 wind up 50% less in retirement savings. For male caregivers, that would be me, under 50, the retirement savings shrunk by 14%. I can believe that. And then it comes to investing. There have been copious studies of different habits. Most of them conclude that the two genders, men tend to be more confident in their financial knowledge and more openly to risky investments. Women are more cautious investors with an eye towards the future. Could that eye towards the future be getting a husband? One of the 80-20 rule, the 90-10 rule? Not surprisingly, studies have shown that the average woman investment strategy and eventual performance tends to be more stable than the man's. Well, if she can get a top-tier guy, then she has got a more stable one because she's tapping into his money. And then women may be outshining men in investment strategy, but men still take more of an interest in investing. BlackRock, found that 70% of millennial men enjoy managing their investments compared to just 36% of millennial women. In other words, guys are more financially savvy than women. On that note, I'll finish off. I found this article, New York Times. I'm not going to go through it because I'm probably getting on the 10-minute mark now. This is an article about some daft bints who went on a spending spree during the COVID pandemic, and they ravaged their savings that they accumulated. It was hard to stop. The pandemic gave consumers an excuse to spend more to make up for lost time. And it's various American women. The tales of woe was one that stood out. Tori Mohan, a lady aged 29, she lives in Austin in the American state of Texas. I'm going to drink a nice wine from a box, go to nice restaurants on her own or with a guy, have the cocktails in a cocktail bar waiting to pick up a guy. While I'm looking forward to mostly getting mail, getting packages. Emma Jones, 29, post-wall, who works in creative agency in Los Angeles. It was like a dopamine hit. And then various tales of woe. And then, let's see what the comments are. Yeah, bugger that. Oh. Candies, what a racket. Been ripped off elsewhere. It doesn't seem to have put brakes on my desire to revenge spending. You can read through that. Anyway, all boils down to MGTOW guys with their own money are in a better financial position than women, no matter what this article says. In this, 58% of women are savers compared to only 36% of men, leading to higher overall spending by men, but men are more cautious in what they spend. I think I'm on the 10-minute mark now. On the MGTOW statistic, it seems that MGTOW is finally getting through in the American economy with the spending habits, and the financial differences are being noted by the various agencies as this and this shows. Whether it's going to improve once we get into this depression and recession is anyone's guess. I might look for this more if in the week if I can't find anything, because it's various. Sometimes it's hard to find anything associated with MGTOW. But I think I'm over the 10-minute mark now, so I'll leave it at that. You know the routine, people. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. It's completely up to you. So until next week, that's it. Bye-bye.